Let's fucking go.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name is Deshaun and today I am here to talk a bit of spoilers about the Thunderbolts. And in particular, I'm going to focus on the second post-credit scene. And while I will acknowledge the first post-credit scene as a setup from the movie and in the marketing, and all throughout the marketing there have been like the Red Guardian joke about wanting to be on the Wheaties box, because being the cover athlete on the Wheaties box, while it's still a deal today, it used to be a very big deal back in the day. Being on the cover of the Wheaties box as an athlete, because it's usually an athlete thing, was pretty much like being on the cover of Sports Illustrated or something like, it was like being on the cover of Sports Illustrated. It was like being on the cover of a video game. Being on the cover of the Wheaties box was a big deal. I mean, Peyton Manning, Michael Jordan, all the greatest, every great player you can ever think of has been on the cover of the Wheaties box being promoted. Because, Wheaties is like the cereal that they wish your children would eat. But I digress. Red Guardian kept making that joke throughout the course of the movie, so it's only funny that not only in canon, after the big surprise at the end of the movie, that the asterisks that had been highly promoted throughout the course of the movie too, even in the poster art, is revolved around the asterisk, turns out it's because they are the New Avengers, and they actually used the title New Avengers. And we kind of felt like there were rumors and whatnot and feelings and theories that that's what the asterisk meant, that they would be the New Avengers. I knew they wouldn't be the Dark Avengers. That just seems a little much. I don't think they really want to use the Avengers title a ton like that. I don't think they really want to have like a New Avengers movie, an Avengers movie, a Dark Avengers movie, a Young Avengers movie. I don't think they want to overuse the title of Avengers. It's a big deal. It's a commodity. It's like you don't want to have a lot of movies named. It's like you don't want to have a lot of Batman related properties going at the same, too many of them going at the same time, or Spider-Man related properties going at the same time. You just really want to have, you don't want to have too many Avengers. So I kind of had a feeling like if they were going to use a title, it would be New Avengers. But at the end of the movie, after everything is said and done, Val makes a one last ditch effort to save her ass by pretending like this entire time she had been putting together a super group that she was going to call the Avengers. And now 14 months have passed and they have been promoting the fuck out of these guys. So the New Avengers, because the movie ends and like a lot of people are conflicted about this quote unquote New Avengers team of Red Guardian, Yelena, Bucky, Winter Soldier, Ghost, and U.S. Agent / John Walker, and Sentry. Bob is technically on the team, but I love the way they did Bob, because they did something very smart with Bob. First of all, they made it abundantly clear that when Bob uses his powers, and when what's the word I'm looking for? Bob is afraid to use his powers because if he if he even remembers how to use his powers, that means the other him, aka the Void, can take over at any moment. So Bob is like, I'm not going to use my powers because sure, I got godlike powers, but that comes with the price of the Void attached to it. So Bob's not using his powers. So it's an instantaneous explanation for why Bob will not just going forward in the MCU, depending on if he survives Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, why Bob won't just get involved in shit. Because he's like, every time I use my powers, I might destroy the world. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I can't touch that shit. So it makes sense. So they set up why Bob won't get involved. And also they set up why people may have an issue with this New Avengers team. Also, like, I've seen some people kind of say that they think that the whole New Avengers reveal was like rushed and like that they didn't think that through. But I don't think so. I think that part of the movie, the post-credit scene, was very well thought out. I thought that that's what they were going for, because immediately after following the New Avengers logo, it's not like it's not like Marvel just rolled this team out and was like, accepted. They literally had an entire, like, credit sequence of the public criticizing this Avengers team, saying, oh, they're the C-list Avengers team, saying, are they our Avengers? This isn't my Avengers. Who are these people? Like, the literally articles in universe of people asking the same questions and criticizing the team the way people today were when they were announced that this is the new Avengers team. And I thought that was fascinating because it created this interesting situation. Because at the end of Captain America Brave New World, Sam Wilson announces that I'm going to create my own new Avengers team. And like that's what we think that's how we think things are going to go. That's the direction we think things are going to go in. We think, okay, we're going to pick up and Sam Wilson's going to be creating his own new Avengers team. But now at the end of this movie, not only is there an Avengers team essentially approved in, you know, whatnot. I mean, they got their own tower, they got their own merch, they're like, you know, they're on the cover of magazines. Like, this is like the Avengers official team. But there are two Avengers team, and Sam Wilson is apparently suing them for the rights to the Avengers title, to the rights to name the Avengers. He wants to create his own team and call them the Avengers. And it sets up this interesting dynamic at the beginning of Avengers Doomsday. But I will tell you, we already kind of know for sure a plot point of Avengers Doomsday, which is going to revolve around Sam Wilson's Avengers and the new Avengers. Whatever group Sam Wilson got together, which will probably be something along the lines of Danny Marirez, Shang-Chi, maybe Captain Marvel, maybe Star-Lord, like, you know, I'm just thinking of some, maybe Black Panther, Shuri, Black Panther. It will be a group that is the real, quote unquote, real Avengers. And I think that it kind of sets up this interesting plot point that's going to go on at the beginning of Avengers Doomsday of these two Avengers teams who disagree, who are kind of beefing, coming together to, I don't know, coming together to save the day. And it's going to be an interesting thing that they're probably going to work here. Like I said, it's going to be these two Avengers teams coming together, and maybe they might fight at the beginning of the movie. Who knows? You know this movie's going to be about 3 hours long, so maybe they're going to fight at the beginning of the movie. Maybe the movie is going to start off with a conflict between the two. Also, it's made pretty clear that this version, these new Avengers with the Elena and Winter Soldier in them, they're not kept in the loop. They're not kept in the loop of things. Like the way it kind of came off is like they've been the Avengers in name for 14 months, but they really haven't done anything since they've been the Avengers. And like the Elena's talking about, there's this space thing going on and no one's telling us about it. They're the Avengers. You'd think they would be told about it. So the insinuation is like Sam's team is the real Avengers. Whatever Sam Avengers team is the real Avengers. Bucky's team, Bucky/Elena's team, is just these photocopied bullshit Avengers. They're not real. And it's gonna be a thing by the end of Avengers Doomsday. Honestly, by the end of Secret Wars and everything, there will be a new Avengers team comprised of members of this team and Sam's team. It'll probably, like, the members that'll probably make it into the other Avengers team, it'll probably be Sentry, and it'll probably be Yelena, and the rest of them maybe either die or go away. I'm not sure. Or maybe they become the Thunderbolts again. Like, depending on how successful this movie is, I can't imagine that Marvel wouldn't want to do another Thunderbolts. So maybe they just become the Thunderbolts. That could happen too. Maybe they drop the title of the Avengers and they just become, we are the Thunderbolts. We're a different team. We're an entirely different thing. We do a different thing. Sam, you can have the Avengers title. But either way, the beginning of Avengers Doomsday is kind of set in stone that it will begin with a conflict between Sam Wilson's Avengers team and Bucky Barnes/Yelena Belova's Avengers team. And they really are going at the question of where are the Avengers in another level now. Like, it's funny. The funny thing is they've gone months, years without having an Avengers team and everyone bitching and moaning about it. Even though I would argue one of the things that make me laugh a little bit about the bitching and moaning about why isn't there an Avengers movie sooner and whatnot is like people forget. I don't. I remember important things to me, but people forget what people's opinions were at the end of Avengers Endgame. One of the number one things people said was you have to wait you have to wait at least 5 years before you make another Avengers movie, because the epicness and and all the stuff that happened at the end of Avengers Endgame was so big and massive that it was like, if you do anything too soon, it cheapens it. You need to give the audience more time to, process and build this up again, because if you just make another Avengers movie, it's cheap. And that's what everyone unanimously said. Along with all the MCU movies are the same, they need to do different things, but I digress. That's what everyone unanimously said. And then Marvel went, okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna have a whole phase without an Avengers movie, because the audience said we need time. You can't just do another Avengers movie because it'll just be cheap bullshit. You need to build it up and whatnot. And they did that, and then people start bitching, why isn't there an Avengers movie? There should have been an Avengers team by now. Where are all the Avengers? Like, make up your fucking mind, people. They can't, because they're fickle. But I digress. It's hilarious that they didn't have an Avengers team for 2019 for almost 6 years, 5-6 years. It's been a minute. And now they have 2, all leading up to Avengers Doomsday. So I'm excited about what's gonna happen in this movie. The ending of Thunderbolts did more to set up the bigger picture than any other movie the MCU has pumped out in phases 4 or 5. Like, everything, phases 4 or 5 has been either up in the air, or things or the best setups are well, we might come back to it. This was the first time it was this is what we're doing, this is what's happening, here's the Fantastic Four, they've come to our world for some reason, which that's a whole separate video on its own. But anyways, thank you guys for coming to Comic Guy Movie Show. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. What do you think is gonna happen? Do you think there's conflict? What do you think is gonna happen with these 2 Avengers team? Are they gonna patch things together, or is it gonna be a fight at the beginning of Avengers Doomsday? I think it's gonna be a fight. But anyways, thank you guys again. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.